as a self-published author. So that's kind of my comfort zone. But yeah, since
Absolutely.
professionally since about 2010.
Very cool. So what changed in 2010 since you've been writing for so long? Was there something that clicked in your mind or an event that changed your life that made you
Oh
publish?
man, yes, all of the above, all of the
All of the
above.
above. Okay.
So I did a lot of writing when I was younger in the 80s and into the 90s. I really, and I think it's hard for people who didn't live in the, I mean, I sound like back in my day, but back in my day, publishing was such a different beast, and traditional publishing was the only way to get published. And if you weren't writing what they wanted to sell, then you were going to have a real hard row to hoe.
Mm,
Uh, so I was always kind of like, I'm not sure. I'd send things out to an agent and they'd get it back, and it's just no luck there. And then the big thing that really happened, and I always hate bringing this up because it's very, very grim, but both of my parents died when I was in my mid 20s. And that kind of derailed my life for at least 10 years. Grief, I don't know if you've ever had to deal with grief. Most people have at some level. It's a nasty beast. It took me down. And so what happened was after about 10 to 12 years, I got into therapy. I started fixing my life. I started writing again. I actually got into fan fiction. It
okay.
was a fun, easy way to start writing. And I didn't even realize it until I had been writing tens of thousands of words that it had magnetically drawn me back into a regular writing practice. A couple of friends that I had from fan fiction and the fan fiction community, they got published first. And they
Mm,
like, we love your stories. Why don't you write an original story and pitch it to our publisher? I was like, well, the world is changing. Maybe my stories will, somebody will want to read my stories. And it turns out they did. And that's how it all went down. Lots of bumps in the road,